The whisper in the night, the house was too quiet for a Wednesday evening. Karen sat in her reading chair, the lamp humming softly as she turned the last page of her novel. Rain tapped gently on the window, but something else, something more urgent crept into her awareness. A whisper, faint like the brushing of wind through a crack in the wall. Some of it Karen attributed to teenage mood swings, but lately there had been a darker undertone. The way Emily stared off into space, the late night sneaking out, and the strange smell on her clothes smoke. Metal and something else Karen couldn't place. More whispers. Was she on the phone? Karen paused. Her daughter, Emily, had been quiet all evening, shut in her room upstairs. At 17, Emily had grown increasingly distant, withdrawn. She stood uneasy and headed up the stairs. At Emily's door, she hesitated. Karen knocked. Emily, no answer. She turned the knob slowly. Locked. Karen's heart skipped. Section 2. The Journal. Instead, after seeing her daughter off, she entered the bedroom. On the desk sat a black journal, half covered by a hoodie. Another read, they all laughed. Not anymore. The next morning, Emily left early for school without a ward. Karen noticed her backpack bulging oddly. Heavy, she didn't press it. Inside, it was colder than she expected. The curtains were drawn, casting the room in shadows. Karen opened it. 5 classmates. One was already crossed out in red ink. Her breath caught in her throat. Inside were pages of disturbing drawings, figures in pain, blood, captions scribbled like screams. One page said, "He got what he deserved." Then a list of names. Was this fiction or a confession? Karen dropped the book as her hands began to tremble. The missing boy. Later that day, Karen heard a news alert. A student from Emily's high school, Jason Myers, had gone missing the previous night. Last seen leaving basketball practice. Karen's heart sank. That name was the first on Emily's list. She tried to tell herself yes, but her stomach twisted in knots. A small knife with a chipped handle, and something worse, Jason's school ID bent in half and stuffed into his side pocket. Coincidence! Unable to sit still, she checked Emily's backpack while she was at school. She found a pair of gloves damp, slightly stained. Her mind raced. Was her daughter a killer? Karen stumbled back, nearly dropping the bag. This had to be a mistake, a prank, or someone had set Emily up. No! But the journal, why wouldn't it be? Section 4. The confrontation. Why are you asking me this? What do you mean? She cooked dinner like normal. The way she chewed slowly, her eyes focused nowhere, her phone buzzed, and she smiled faintly. Watched Emily eat. That evening, Karen didn't mention what she found. She observed her closely. That boy, Jason. They say he's missing. Everything okay at school? Karen asked casually. Emily looked up, expression unreadable. Karen tried to breathe. Emily's fork paused midair. Yeah, weird, right? Then added, he was a jerk. Did you know him? Humiliated her, laughed when she cried. Pushed her until something inside her snapped. A little, Emily said flatly. Karen pushed gently. Emily's gaze sharpened. There was a long silence. Finally, Karen said, because I found your journal. There's Jason's eye. Emily's eyes widened. Just a flicker. Before she stood up, you had no right. 2 other students on the list had already reported disturbing messages and threats. Another had nearly been run over after school days earlier. She didn't deny it. I had every right, Karen snapped, voice shaking. There's a list, Emily. There's blood. Emily's face went cold. Instead, she said softly, you should have stayed out of it. Emily had stormed out, furious, claiming she was going to stay at a friend's. Section 5. The truth unfolds. Karen didn't sleep that night. Karen called the police. She handed over the journal, the gloves, the item. An investigation began immediately. The next day, Jason Myers' body was discovered in a wooded area near the school. His throat had been cut. DNA on the gloves matched the blood. Emily was arrested 2 days later, found hiding in an abandoned shed outside town. Her bag packed with rope, duct tape, and another list new name. When questioned, Emily confessed without emotion. She said they had bullied her. Karen watched her daughter's confession on a grainy security screen in the police station. Tears rolled down her face. She had raised a broken child. A child who had become something she couldn't recognize. But deep down, she knew the signs had been there all along, whispers in the night. Shadows in the eyes, a quiet that screamed for help. And now, it was too late.